Good morning, Chiefs Kingdom. Welcome in. We appreciate you being here. Chiefs owners enraged after loss to the Buffalo Bills. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah, first off, we want to give a shout out to BetUS. Head over to betus.com. They are powering this thing today. Check out what they got going on right now. If you use code YouTube150, you're going to get a 150% deposit match bonus on your first deposit. And then on your next two deposits, you're going to get a 125% deposit match bonus. These are up to $2,000, so take advantage of all the free plays you can make with those deposit matches. The site's easy to use. There's plenty of props on there. Go to betus.com and use promo code YouTube150, Steve. Let's jump right in to the lead story today, shall we? There maybe have been a little bit of drama in the tunnel off the field here. Darren Smith, Chiefs insider, NFL insider, says, when I say the Chiefs, CEO and owner Clark Hunt is pissed, that in and of itself is an understatement, Steve. That's all Darren Smith said. People were blowing him up on Twitter. They're like, how dare you say this? You have to give us specifics. Like, I'm sure he didn't film the thing, right? But Clark Hunt was pissed. So then he goes on to say this. Nothing to expand on with Clark being upset. Seeing how that last drive played out and the mistakes that were made, I'm sure, in my opinion, he wasn't too happy about it, nor was anyone else in that tunnel. You don't see much emotions after a loss, and this was a first. I have post-game responsibilities and interviews to do, so me writing a novel on his emotions is not high up on my priorities. On to New Orleans with a stop in Charlotte. Congrats to the Bills for their Super Bowl win tonight. I'm sure Jostens will be by after the parade on Tuesday for ring measurements. Steve, Darren Smith's in the same ballpark we were. That was their Super Bowl last night. But he said Clark Hunt was visibly pissed off in the tunnel, and he doesn't usually show emotion. I'm going to take Darren Smith's word for it. He has no reason to lie about it. He's in there with the team. If he lied about Clark Hunt, Clark Hunt's going to go in there and smack him in the next meeting. So he didn't lie. What was Clark Hunt so pissed off about, man?
Well, before I get going on that, I want to say thank you guys for being here. Please hit that like button for us. It helps us get out to more people. Also, if you're new to the channel, stick around. If you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 50,000 subscribers before the Super Bowl. But, Mike, I think obviously he was pissed. I think everybody's pissed. And I don't think it's just because the Chiefs lost to the Bills yesterday. That's not why Clark Hunt's pissed. Clark Hunt's probably more pissed that it's week 12 in the NFL and the Chiefs still look the way they look.
Yeah.
That would be my thing. Like, we're frustrated about it as fans, and so are a lot of the people in the chat. This team is 9-1, but at times they look like a team that should be 500 at best. They're barely squeaking out wins. Yeah. They don't look like anything special. Patrick Mahomes has not been himself all year. We've been talking about it week after week. When is he going to come out of his slump? When is D-Hop going to get more involved 3 weeks in? There's all kinds of narratives that we've talked about for weeks and weeks now. Nothing's playing out yet, and it is a tad bit frustrating. I'm sure Clark Hunt's right there with us.
Yeah, I would love to know what specifically he's mad about. Was he upset over the defensive stand when the Chiefs couldn't get him off the field on 4th and short, when you all knew that really Josh Allen come out post-game, and he said that they ran a mesh pattern to break up a man-to-man. Spags come out in his zone. I mean, cool. Spags kind of fooled him a little bit, but do you want to run a zone when you know Josh Allen's kind of just going to take off? That's not necessarily the thing you want to do. Kind of left everybody out of position. Like, all he had to do was break the 4-man front, and it was done. And that's exactly what he did. There was nobody there to touch him. People's mad at Nick Bolton because Nick Bolton dived at him 4 yards from the end zone and didn't really get him down. But it's like, that's a freight train coming through at that point.
Doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, it didn't really matter. They would have ran the clock out anyway.
Yeah.
And they would have kicked the field goal, and it would have been over with anyway. So it doesn't matter that anybody missed that tackle late. This is what I want to ask, though. He's probably mad, but I mean, if you look at last week and you look at the blocked field goal for the win, and people around the league say, my God, it's part of the script, baby. It's got to be scripted. Was that epic Josh Allen run not part of the script too? That's what I want to know.
No.
Is that not scripted too? Because that looked very scripted.
That was Josh Allen being so effing good at football.
Isn't it amazing that when the Chiefs win,
script writers.
Right. When the Chiefs win, it's all 100% scripted. But when the Bills win a game like that, totally fair.
Totally fair. Yeah, man. But that's the thing about it. I think Clark Hunt was probably there's two different kinds of pissed you can be, right? Like every one of us were pissed in that moment that Josh Allen ran for that touchdown because everyone, the person next to us, their grandma, their grandma's grandma knew that Josh Allen was running the ball and the Chiefs dropped it. They dropped the freaking ball. They were out there. They didn't even spy him. They didn't even act like he was going to run. Like everyone knew that was coming. And they did nothing to stop it. It was embarrassing. And maybe that's why Clark Hunt was pissed. Maybe he was just pissed in the moment. But then again, could it be 10, 11 weeks of frustration of watching a team that, first of all, is by all means in the middle of a dynasty? They're in dynasty mode. You have the best quarterback in all the league, maybe the best ever. You've went and put pieces around him now because of injuries and stuff, but you went and put pieces around him. He's got the best tight end ever. He's got one of the best wide receivers ever to play football. You went and got him a shiny new piece in Xavier Worthy that can run right by every defense. He watches Mahomes miss him on wide open touchdown passes week after week. It's just like, when do the little things get together and when do they start executing properly? Maybe it's a abundance of things that have caused Clark Hunt to be pissed off and he finally just snapped. I don't know. There's no context to it. So who knows? Maybe
it's just fun talking about it.
Maybe he dropped his hot dog over there on the ground. You know what I'm saying?
It's just fun to speculate on it. A lot of people think it was just because it was the Bills, man. Everybody would be embarrassed to lose to the Bills. I'm not there yet. I don't think the Bills are that bad of a team, okay? They're obviously a good team. Some guy got mad at us yesterday and said, how dare you overlook the Steelers for that 1 seed? Come on. You guys really think the Pittsburgh Steelers are that good of a football team?
Russell Wilson's not getting a 1 seed, brother.
Good night, dude. Like, come on. But, yeah, I'm with you. Was it a moment of frustration or was it a cumulative anger over just not getting it together and not looking as good as we should at this point? But I'll say this. We had some people yesterday in our X, and they're like, look, you guys are expecting something out of this offense, and Patrick Mahomes' still top playmakers are a 35-year-old tight end and a 33-year-old wide receiver that's been here for 4 weeks.
Yeah, but you can take that route. You can also say he's got a 22-year-old guy out there that's getting open like crazy. He doesn't see him. He doesn't hit him when he's open.
Right. And then they go on to say, and he's lost his RB1 all year. Well, Kareem Hunt's not been chopped liver, but I think Kareem Hunt's sort of been an upgrade in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's
I don't know
that's
how
no
I
shade
would
to
ever
Pop.
Steve, would you have ever thought back on going into week 12, and you knew that Pop was out in week 2, and you had to go to the tank and pull out Kareem Hunt this late in his career? Would you have ever thought that was going to be an upgrade?
No,
that's crazy.
And that's no shade to Pop. Kareem Hunt's just that good in this offense.
Love Pop. Kareem Hunt just looks good in this offense.
He does. It was made for him.
Always done that.
It's a perfect marriage, Michael. It's a perfect marriage, and it'll be good to see Pop get back and maybe bring some intensity to this team, because I'll tell you, that's one thing that I did not see yesterday from the Chiefs, and it tends to be a trend. Like every week, it looks like they are in a daze, lackadaisical. If I have to see another sideline shot of Travis Kelce standing there staring off into the distance, like he has no idea where the hell he's even at.
This dude, he needs some sleep or something. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know. But, like, there's just something that's a little off with the entire team, with the energy. And then you got Patrick Mahomes, who's a tick off, obviously. Like, he's still making plays. He's making things happen. But it's just like, if things were just a little bit more tight, like, it would be totally different. So,
dude,
but yeah, they've got to bring some intensity. Maybe Pop can help with that. I don't know.
Nick Jacobs, he shared a screenshot of the Mahomes miss to Worthy when Worthy stepped out of bounds. He had the actual pass before Mahomes even threw the ball. Worthy had the entire left half of the field open. There was nobody in front of him, nobody to the left of him. Worthy hadn't even got to the numbers yet. And Patrick Mahomes pushed it so far out of bounds that Worthy stepped out because he didn't even know where he was at on the field. Like, he wasn't even conceivable to him that Mahomes would throw the ball so far left that he just half-assed his footwork. I mean, and a little bit of that's on a rookie. I get it. Not a good look from Worthy, especially after doing it again last week. But again, Mahomes, your $500 million quarterback, sells a ball out of bounds 2-3 weeks in a row now.
Yeah.
Hey, it's got to get better there.
Just real quick, I don't want to cut you off, but I just want to go ahead and put the disclaimer out now because I see comments like this where everyone chill, it's our first loss, we're all good. We know, Samuel. We know we're good, but we don't have a win to talk about this week. We have a loss to talk about, so we're going to be critiquing some stuff. So put on your big boy pants and let's talk about it, man.
Look, a lot of Bills fans, everybody else, they're like, you guys are so mad. Honestly, I'm not angry.
No,
I did not want an undefeated thing hanging because I really don't think it was going to happen.
Well, I'm against you on that. I would love to have an undefeated season and three-peat. That would have been epic.
But what were the odds
of
that?
That's not very, very slim. But another thing is I knew before this game started the Bills are going to beat us in the regular season.
That's what
they
always
freaking do. They come out, they're pissed because we beat them last year in the playoffs. They've been horny about it all year. They play this one game, and they give it their best shot, and they go all out, and the fans are all there in mass, and it's like, it's stupid.
People say there's 3 things in life that are just guaranteed, but I think there's 4. Death, taxes. Mahomes is going to throw that first quarter interception. That's number
Good
3.
Lord, that's
and
becoming
number
a staple,
4,
isn't it?
The Bills are going to beat the Chiefs in the regular season. They did it back in 2020, and guess what? Chiefs won the Super Bowl. We're repeating 2020 all over again. I seen somebody post that in X last night. Everything's happening again the exact same way. So congrats on the Chiefs Super Bowl win. I think it's funny how the Chiefs lose that kind of game to the Bills. That was a hard-fought game, and let's be honest, the Bills beat us in every facet of the game. I don't think the Chiefs were the better defensive team. I don't think they were the better offensive team. They didn't look as good on special teams, and they were outcoached. 100% on both sides of the ball, they were outcoached. We lost all 4 phases of the game, and it took a Josh Allen miracle chunk it off for 20 yards in the end zone because it was a little bit of a bad play call there by Spags, probably not putting a spy on him or whatever. And the Chiefs, Mahomes missing passes over and over again. They abandon the run. Just everything goes against us, and we lose a hard-fought game like that, and you guys are just writing off the Chiefs? That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Whichever way you want to take it, it's kind of dumb. It's just dumb in general. But I think that Patrick Mahomes kind of said it best in his post-game presser. He knows he's the problem. Let's just put it that way.
He doesn't want to come out and say, hey, look at me. I make
He's
$500
not going to
million
get out there.
and I
He's not going to
right
get out there and say, hey, I suck butt cheeks. He's not going to say that. But
you're walking a line right now. Look, you're walking the line of just pissing off
man, I
every person
expect people to have some common sense. I expect people to know before I even speak that as a Chiefs fan, I know Patrick Mahomes is the greatest quarterback of all time. The greatest of all freaking time.
But there's an asterisk by the greatest because of this season, right?
No, there's no asterisk. But when he's ass, I'm going to tell you he's ass. And that's okay because I know he's the best to ever play.
Steven asterisk.
Yeah. But here's the thing about it, man. He knows he's the problem, and he talks about it, not directly, but he says he has to get better, this and that. And two things that he said that I really want to discuss. And the first thing is, and this is like a quick hitter, but the first thing was that throw to Xavier Worthy in the sideline. He said, if I make the throw where I'm supposed to make it, that was a touchdown. He's like, it was an easy walk-in touchdown, and that one play could have been the whole difference the whole game.
Yeah,
but I
100%.
did not hit my throw, right? So, like, a lot of people want to talk about Xavier Worthy. You got to get your feet in bounds. You got to have field awareness. That's true. I understand that. But he's a rookie that'll come. But when his $500 million quarterback has a 20-yard radius to throw the ball where he's wide open for a touchdown and sells it out of bounds, that's an issue. And Patrick Mahomes acknowledged that. But the one thing I really wanted to talk about from that, you know what Patrick Mahomes had to say? That really just kind of rubs you the wrong way. He said they asked him about the drive where he just went down and scored at will when they had to have it, right? And he said, "Well, we needed points, so we went down and did what we had to do to score the touchdown." And he was like, "Wait, exactly." And then he went on to say, "Well, I think I have to have it, and the rest of the team has to have a sense of urgency the whole game instead of just when we have to do it. Instead of winning plays or winning games by just one drive or one play, we need to start actually having a sense of urgency and scoring more."
Yeah, yeah.
What the F, Patrick?
Yeah.
Like, what the flying F, Michael?
I don't understand. Like, how does this team not have a sense of urgency all the time? Everybody's giving you your best shot and just coming at you, and we're just going to sit here and take it.
What are you doing?
Here's an actual screenshot of how open Xavier Worthy was. There's not a guy within a half mile of this dude.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
And look where Mahomes is throwing that football.
If he throws that football on that NFL logo, that's a touchdown all day, every day.
Bro, he don't even have to do that.
Dude, come
I
on.
would have look. That would have been a touchdown. I'm 100% sure that would have been a touchdown. But dude, just put it on his body and let the defender catch up to him at the end of the day and take the ball at the 30 to the 25, somewhere in that range when he gets tackled. I don't care. Just take the chunk play. You know what I mean? Like anything's better than selling it out of bounds. Like, are we going to blame the wind on this one too? Is that what we're going to do?
Michael, it was the wind.
The Chiefs Kingdom do we have to play the wind game? Look, and I know everybody's angry. I'm telling you, they get so mad when we talk about Patrick Mahomes, man.
It's okay. We love him too.
You can love
Perry with
someone
the
and be a little
two-bomb.
disappointed.
Perry with
Don't
a
you all have
two-bomb
kids?
says, I still believe if Andy sticks to the run, we win. 100%.
Yeah.
That's a huge narrative. Andy even said it. Andy acknowledged it. And
Did he?
also, Mike, that's something I wanted to talk about too. So awesome, Perry. Thank you for bringing this up.
Thank you, Perry.
But also in the post-game presser, I would just like for you to really listen to what Andy Reid said, and then I want you to think about something that Chiefs Kingdom has had as a narrative for a year now. And I just want you to think about
What
this.
do you got for us?
Andy Reid said, yeah, I could have called a little bit more run plays probably. That would have probably been good.
That's the quote.
That's the quote.
Okay, here's what I've learned out of that, Steve. You ready? Read that one more time.
I could have probably called a few more run plays. That would have probably been good.
Okay, number one.
I
we
thought this
said
was
four-
Matt Nagy's fault.
Hey, shh. We said 14 is unacceptable. One more to Carson Steele. 15 is unacceptable. We got to run the ball more. We've said that over and over again. The Chiefs look better as a running team. They just do. It establishes their offense. It looks better. But number two, he admitted that he has to call
He's the
more
play
plays.
caller.
He has to do it. So how does Nagy keep taking all the heat? Because when you blamed Eric Bieniemy for not moving the ball or some offensive woes, everybody tore you up and said he don't even call the plays. It's Andy Reid.
Right.
But now that we suck,
I never
it's
said
Nagy.
anything about the play calling from Bieniemy. I said that he had a really bad attitude and a way of.
But Steve,
handling
here,
people.
look, I'm going to tell you this. Appreciate the two bomb, Perry. You're the man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
You're the man. Okay. But here's the thing, Steve. A lot of Chiefs Kingdom want to blame Nagy, and look, I'm okay with it. I don't know.
You have to have a scapegoat. Makes you feel better.
Right, but I don't know if it's Nagy or not. I could say that it could be. It very well could be a big percentage. But I think there is a chunk. We used this analogy last night. It's a big old pie, and you cut it into pieces. I don't care how big the pieces are that goes around. But everybody's got to take some of that blame. Andy's got to take a little bit of it for not calling more run plays. Nagy's got to take a little bit of it for whatever he does. Mahomes has got to take a piece for what he did. Worthy's got to take a piece for not looking down at the sideline and putting his feet in 2 weeks in a row. It's just little things like that, right? And you can't just blame one guy and expect everything to be done with it.
Right.
I mean, that's just asinine to say that one coach somewhere is going to be the end all be all.
Especially when the coach
and he's
is
the guy
literally
that
telling you he calls
that
the
he's
plays.
not even calling the play.
Right. So Eric Humphreys with the two bombs says Worthy learns he needs 2 feet in bounds. We win. That'll come with it. I mean, you've seen it for 2 weeks in a row now. Like, this is going to be something that he starts paying attention to. Field awareness is something that'll come along with just experience. You have to think
He's losing himself on the sideline, like sideline awareness.
Well,
he's
I mean,
not
you have
even
to think
understanding
about
that
it,
he's that
man.
close to the sideline, I think.
He's a rookie. He's just playing college football where you don't even have to have 2 feet in bounds.
Get it together,
it's
bro.
just-
We're week
yeah.
12 now.
It'll happen. It'll come. Don't worry about that. The fact of the matter is I will take that all day, the random times that happens, if we just start hitting him when he's wide open all the time. Because, I mean, he's winning routes. He's winning routes, and I'll take that. And he's fast as hell, so.
Right. Appreciate the dono there, my man.
Exactly,
K-Wayne.
K-Wayne.
Checking in, baby. He says, remember when the Chiefs mob wanted to fire Spags? Yeah. 100%. Like, they're always coming after somebody. There's got to be a scapegoat. Because they just won't accept the fact that maybe we've got a $500 million quarterback that's just not playing up to par.
Right. Mike Yoways with the 5 bomb says Mahomes does need to step it up if we want to 3P. You guys are awesome. Let's
Appreciate you,
freaking
brother.
go. Appreciate the 5 bomb, Mike. But yeah, man, like I said, I shouldn't have to give a disclaimer, but I do it anyway, just in case you're new
Yeah.
to the channel. We know Patrick Mahomes, the greatest football player of all time. We know he's the best quarterback in the league.
Just saying a guy looks bad for several weeks or a play here and there or whatever does not mean you don't like the guy. Like, look, if your kid goes out and does something stupid at school and gets suspended, you're going to be like, this kid, you acted like an ass today. But nobody sends you a letter in the mail and says, you absolutely hate that child. You need him.
Right.
Like, come on, grow up. Anthony here, Steve, like this is one here. Appreciate you watching, Anthony. He says, we need Bieniemy for OC. Everybody's wanting that back. And this is the reason. They think that he holds people accountable, and Nagy is more of a friend. And we've kind of mentioned this. Maybe Nagy's not as hard-ass as Bieniemy, and he doesn't hold his guys more accountable, where Bieniemy seems like more of just a jerk that nobody really liked. So if there's something to that.
I think it could be many things. First of all, it's hard to say that Matt Nagy doesn't hold people accountable or expect his guys to do what they're supposed to do. So it's really hard to come at that. And then with Bieniemy, we know he did hold guys accountable. We also know he did it to a fault, to where he was always right. He was bullheaded, and he pissed off really good players and cost us really big games like AFC Championship games, having hissy fits on the sidelines and in the locker room. So we know that's a thing too. So it's like, what do you pick your poison? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if – and literally, Mike, everything I just said could be complete bullshit. We have no idea. It's just speculation.
Nobody, not a single person knows how Matt Nagy is inside that entire Chiefs headquarters there.
Mike, if I could talk, look real quick before we get Ruben's
ahead.
comment. If I could talk to Patrick Mahomes right now, I think I would just be like,
God.
Hey, buddy.
Struggling with it.
You're struggling with it, but I love you. I'm in love with you. Just get out there
Steve,
and get it done, baby.
Come on.
What?
It's too early do you get so fired up and horned. Ruben asked, guys, do you think Allen's run, Chiefs let him score there at the end? I mean, if they tackle him, they're holding the ball out and kicking a field goal. Maybe there's something to that, but I don't think in the moment, I think everybody was trying to tackle him.
I don't think anybody really cared at that point. If you didn't care enough to spy Josh Allen, you just gave him the game. Yeah. Like, that game was over when he crossed the line of scrimmage, bro.
Yeah, he only needed 2 yards, and that dude's 8 feet tall. He's going to fall forward.
So, I mean,
I think you should have sent the house.
And that's another thing. Like, Tony Romo and them kept trying to go with the narrative, like, well, there's a minute left. Patrick Mahomes, we've seen crazier stuff. This game's not over.
9
And it's
points.
Like, look, let me tell you something. That's not one touchdown. That's a touchdown, a defensive stop, or onside kick. It had to be an onside kick recovery.
Yeah.
And a field goal from not Butker. Okay? That's both of those things. And here's the thing. They'd only scored 21 points all damn game, Tony
Romo. Yeah, he wanted them to pick up 10 in a minute.
You think they're going to score half of that in a minute?
Dude, come on. Like, Buffalo outplayed us. It's all there is. They handed us our ass yesterday. And look, it could have been a lot worse. It really could have. It could have been a lot worse. And it could have been a lot better. So that's your thing. Like, we're right there all year long. That's what it is.
Right. Shout out Lil Siri with probably one bomb. That's,
you called her Lil?
Lily Siri. I did say
I thought you said Lil. I was like, she's not a rapper.
It sounded like I said that. Lily Siri.
Lily.
I'll slow down a little bit.
Is that a pound?
It's a pound. I appreciate the pound.
Appreciate you.
Let's go, baby.
We've never got a pound on here before. I'm sure a lot of people want to pound us a little bit.
I think we have.
Have we?
Yeah, we've had a lot of different currencies. And look, she comes back with the 2. And she says, why was Kelsey and D-Hop not involved yesterday? That's a very, very good question, Lily. Very good question.
Lily, you're asking the question I think 95% of people want to know right there.
Well, I mean, it's an excellent question. Here's why. They were double teaming both of them in the first drive. So naturally, we're going to beat you to death with Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did. And it was working great. And all of a sudden, it was like, you know what? That worked too good. Let's not do that for the rest of the game. But I don't know. I don't know if there was a defensive adjustment. I'll have to go back and watch the tape today and stuff. But I don't know. Did they have a defensive adjustment there? Did they start paying more attention to Worthy? Were they trying to do something else? But the fact of the matter is, Mike, we talked about this on the post-game stream last night. But our offense literally revolves around a pitch and catch with Travis Kelce. If you cannot get that going and you cannot get the ball in that man's hands 9-10 times a game, our offense isn't the same. So you're going to have to scheme it. I don't care how you have to do it, but get Travis Kelce the freaking ball. And then that's going to help out D-Hop. That's going to help out Worthy. And then another thing, we're not throwing the ball worthy. We're not even using this guy. We're not using a Hall of Fame wide receiver that catches everything you throw to him. He's literally got big alien vacuum cleaner hands. Like, he's going to catch everything.
Dude.
But they didn't. Neither of them did anything, and it wasn't even their fault. Like,
yeah, I'm with you with the whole you got to get the ball to Travis Kelce thing.
You do.
I mean, we all know that. For the last few years, what has everybody always said? You don't even need a wide receiver. He's your wide receiver one. He's your best option. He's this, he's that. Now we're just not going to use him? Or which one is it? We're either not using them, we're taking them out of the game plan. You're not letting the best tight end to ever play the game be a decoy. He can't be a decoy every week. You're going to lose if you're using your best players a decoy every week. So which one is it? Either you're not game planning him in. Is he too old to play? Does he not feel good? Like, what is it? There needs to be a little bit of transparency here. You're never going to know it. So it's all speculation, right? It's all speculation. There's really no reason that they shouldn't be using him at this point. I'm just going to say the Bills did a good job yesterday and took him out of the game plan. Let's just think that, because I would think Andy is not crazy enough to not try to get, Travis Kelce involved. Simple as that.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Right.
I really don't. KC Lion Squad with the 5 bomb says the whole game we had a spy for Josh, but not when we needed to stop. What the F was that all about? That was an absolute, complete, and utter meltdown.
It was.
Breakdown, a miss, just absolute insanity. Like, I don't understand it at all. Everybody, like I said earlier, everybody and their cousins, grandmas, brothers, husbands, uncle, cousin, all knew that Josh Allen was running that ball. Uncle Papaw himself, Mike, knew that Josh Allen was running that damn ball. And our best defensive coordinator of all time, our best head coach of all time,
Spags thought he was going to pass it.
There's no way in hell
he had to have thought that, or you would not have went into a zone. You don't go into a zone to stop a run.
You
and
know
look,
what? If they
come out with a man
pass
beater.
on
Josh
that,
Allen admitted it. They come out with a man beater.
If they complete a pass on that play and it convert, I'm fine with it. But you do not let him run like that. That is absolute insanity.
Steve, Swayze said all week long, they said to not let him out of the pocket. And they had done a great job. I think up until that run, he only had 11 rushing yards or something like that.
Yeah, why abandon it completely in the most critical play of the game?
I honestly think Spags thought he was going to throw the football. He went to something different. They were expecting man. Spags went to zone. And then he just kind of lost his mind a little bit and said, oh, yeah, it was only 2 yards. He's probably going to run for that.
I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah, appreciate the 5-bomb there, Lion Squad.
Complete breakdown.
Ooh, we got another 2 pounds. Here we go.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Today.
Sparky says here's another couple pounds. Love from UK Chiefs. Let's go, baby.
Let's go.
It's worldwide. ACU worldwide.
I love
worldwide.
it. And I don't think, Steve, is anybody that angry over this one? Like, Bills fans keep like, you guys are so mad. Stay mad. Stay mad. Nobody's that mad.
Nah. No one's
mad. I think a lot of...
When you knew it was coming, it's kind of hard to be mad about it, right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of people confuse, dissecting the game, trying to critique things, looking at things objectively. People mistake that for you being mad, you're angry, you're trying to do better than, you think you're a coach. You always hear that one. If you guys are any better, I wish you'd get a job in the NFL. Okay, well, I don't want to hear you talk about anything. You want to talk about gas prices too high? Then go be a politician. Shut up. Go be an oil, go drill for oil somewhere. Like, you can't have a thought on anything in life. Your kid can't spell words. They can't spell Chiefs. Okay, they put the E before the I. Go be a teacher, but don't complain about it. Like, nobody's complaining. It's just called talking. It's speaking. It's having fun. There's 99% of networks on TV wouldn't even have a show if you couldn't speculate about things, okay? And that includes all news networks.
Isn't that literally all sports media?
That's everything. So we're just having a little bit of fun. Blow it out your hole.
Appreciate the 2 pounds, Sparky, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate the 2 pounds. Hey, we're pounding it today. I feel it. Lots of pounds coming.
Pound town.
Flip with the 10 bomb. He said, yes, Mahomes could have maybe placed the ball easier. Keep in mind, Mahomes also had pressures coming at him where they had no one on the sideline to beat. Basically, wide receiver 1-on-1 failed once again.
I get that.
Look, that is true.
I get that side of it, Flip.
But you can't throw it so far out that you're guiding him out of the... Like, look, Josh Allen had 3 people on him, taking him out, and he throws that one up, but he still give it inbounds enough room that Dickford caught it on the sideline.
Mahomes is not a lottery winner like Joshua Allen. Okay.
True, Josh Allen is lucky, dude. But
That
at
is
what
the
point,
craziest, sloppiest throw I've ever seen.
But
and
at
somehow,
what point does that become a
come
little
on, bro.
bit like you got to give him a little bit of talent, right?
There's some talent there. I'm not saying
Mahomes is
that.
throwing him out of bounds
But I don't
every
care
time.
who makes that throw. I don't care if that was Mahomes. I'm not going to sit there and
True.
say that was all skill.
Yeah, he didn't just go out there and lay it in,
And then not
put
to
it in the
mention,
bucket.
it's like caught with one hand.
It's caught with the little fingernails. If he'd have trimmed his
what?
fingernails yesterday, that was hitting the ground.
I don't know, man. I don't know about it. But yeah, I mean, I get that side of it flip, but at the same time, like, you're talking about a rookie that's played 10 games in the NFL,
Yeah.
and we're talking about Patrick Mahomes.
This
who's
is
supposed
kind
to
of
be the
my
best
thing,
quarterback
and it's
of all
nothing
time,
against
you know?
Flip. It's nothing against Flip.
Yeah.
Flip can have that all you want. You can do it. But people are complaining about a
valid.
guy that's played 11 games in the NFL, 10 rather. This was his 10th game
Right.
on one hand. And the other side, you're complaining about the best quarterback to ever play, a $500 million quarterback. And we're asking him to place the ball in a better spot for Worthy, or Worthy's just an idiot and runs out of bounds. Like, I think that the $500 million guy, the wily veteran, should get a little bit more of the take on that,
That's-
rather than
that's
just
my
like
take
he's,
on it, too,
he's a
but-
dumb kid, you know.
Yeah, that's my take on it, too. But,
But,
I mean,
but they're
you
both
can have
at fault somehow.
That. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I get it.
Silver Witness with the 5 bombs says it wasn't just a breakdown in play calling, it was a breakdown in effort. That's what pissed me off. They let him walk in. Well, I mean, like, here's the thing, Silver Witness. Like, after he got to the line of scrimmage, like I said, the game was over. Josh Allen, if he's going forward at the line of scrimmage, he's getting 2 yards. At that point, it might have been like in their heads, do I need to let him go in? Do I need to not? Like, it could have been a little bit of confusion. But the fact of the matter is the game was over there. You lost the game when you decided not to pay attention to Josh Allen on 4th and 2.
Right. The guys rushing the passer, I think there was only 4. There may have been 5. I can't remember. I haven't watched it. But nobody got a hand on Allen. He got out of the pocket clean. And once he was out of the pocket clean, he picked up the 2 yards. The linebackers were out of position because they were back in zone. On a zone, you're not crowding the line of scrimmage. So once he broke the line of scrimmage, he was 5-6 yards. Once you get that big boy trucking 6 yards up the field, he's going to be a beast to take down. And it's not like Josh Allen's slow. So they had bad angles. Nobody got a hand on him. And a lot of people are like, man, he was breaking tackles. Did you see the new thing about Drew Tranquil coming in at the end, trying to punch the ball out? And they're like, Drew Tranquil tried to cheap shot and punch our guy in the head. Bills fans are the most just annoying group.
Besides Bengals fans. But you know what? I'm really loving the fact that the Bengals are ass cheeks this year because it makes me happy. Do you remember a couple years
They
ago
stink.
you remember when they thought they were like big shit and they were going to win Super Bowls and they
Appreciate
were
the
better?
5 bomb silver.
It makes me happy that they
Yeah,
suck
100%,
right now.
dude. Steve, let's jump into something fun, man. Let's go around the league, shall we?
Let's do it.
Hear ye! It's time for Beyond the Kingdom.
Hear ye!
Hear ye.
Hear ye!
Steve, we had fun talking about it. And if you're just joining us, we had fun talking about why was Clark Hunt so pissed off. And we said that maybe it's just a little bit of frustration, you know.
Maybe he dropped his hot dog.
Maybe he dropped that hot dog. We don't know. Those
was
hot
hungry.
dogs cost a lot.
He was hungry, man.
Maybe he didn't like, maybe they give him blue cheese with his wings up there and he didn't like it. We don't know. We're just having some fun. But Steve, here's what we can, and you just mentioned it. It's mock draft season in Cincinnati, baby. The Bengals have been eliminated. Look at that horrible face there.
He's an ugly man.
About
Isn't
Jamar Chase. Look at that clown.
he looks like a Mr. Potato Head.
This dude looks like, that looks like who they modeled Mr. Potato Head after, with his frown and all. Steve, I love nothing more than to watch the salt pillars of Cincinnati just
You gotta love it.
break down
Who dey?
into oblivion.
Who
Steve,
dey?
they had the audacity to get on there last night and say, Joe Burrow's had an MVP season. He's only thrown 4 picks, and we're out of the playoffs already. What world is that real? It's called football's a team game, okay?
Mike, I've seen the
It's called football's a team game.
I've seen the full-on dong touching going on from the Bengals fans.
So much-
They'll put up a very basic play
Oh, man.
of Joe Burrow, and they'll be like, there's nobody that looks more like Tom Brady than Joe
Who
Burrow.
cares?
Like, there's no one that's that collected and plays. He even
No
stands
one.
like him.
The one where
Who cares?
The one where Joe.
You know what he
Burr-
don't do like him is win. He don't win like
Hey,
him.
the one where Joe Burr throws the pregame warm up pass and does the spin. They're like so much aura coming from that, dude. An eighth grader
Look at
could do
Joe
that,
Cool,
okay?
man. He dresses so cool. He's the coolest guy in the world. Hey, I'll tell you what. They're going to be touching PPs
Steve, this
for
is
a
his
long
time-
time. They get to start early this year. The Bengals are just
Yeah,
boo,
dude. You go on
all
several
year
dates.
long.
Check it out. Look, here's the thing. Joe Burrow, he can't be playing playoff football. He's got a new Home Alone sequel to film. We're getting into his season right now. He's got to get it together. He's got cheese pizzas to eat. Look what you did, you little jerk. That's what he did. That's what he did.
The beautiful cheese pizza, just for me.
Just for me. You're going to wet the bed, Fuller. Hey, listen, check this out. Here we go. Steelers grind out an ugly win over the Ravens.
Yep,
okay.
yep. That was a big game
So the
yesterday.
Ravens are out. The Steelers win. Do you think the Steelers are really that good?
No, and the Ravens are not out.
You fear the Steelers? Well, I'm just mean they were out yesterday. Do you think the Steelers are that good in that division? Like, do you fear the Steelers? Is that somebody that would scare you if you met them in the playoffs?
No, absolutely not. I would bring that on. I'd be like, hey, let's do the Steelers. First of all, Russell Wilson, that one Pittsburgh fan, if you're watching for some reason, like, you're not getting a 1 seed with Russell Wilson. That's crazy. And then I'll take him all day in the playoffs. I mean, the only bad thing about it is they do have an excellent coach. So, I mean, you're going to play a well-coached team if you have to play them in the playoffs. I'm not afraid of them at all. Their defense is really good, but that's what Tomlin does. He always has really good defenses.
So
the only
should
thing
that scare you a little bit? Because our offensive line kind of trash.
The only thing scary about that is the fact that the defense is really good and our offense is really not all that good. Like,
Right, so maybe you could struggle.
You could, but I just don't see their offense doing a whole lot against our defense. I think the defense is going to continue to get better, and not too worried about it.
Yep. Moving on. Bo Nix making an offensive rookie of the year run. Leads Broncos past the Falcons. Steve, they just whooped up on the Falcons, man. That was newsworthy, and everybody's saying Bo Nix. I think we all kind of knew that Bo Nix, Sean Payton, was a little bit of a match made in heaven. I said that he was going to be a decent quarterback if he gets in there with Sean Payton.
Right.
But look, Bo Nix isn't like setting the world on fire or anything. Like, I just don't feel like he's still a top tier guy.
Bro,
You think he's a top tier quarterback?
I don't know. I don't know yet. But I mean, yesterday he threw 3 touchdown passes.
Was it 3? Was it 4?
Might have been 4. I don't know. Had a 145 QB rating. He only missed on like 4 or 5 throws the entire game. And he's not playing with good receivers. He's got Cortland Sutton, who's a very good receiver, but then he's got a bunch of scrubs.
Yeah.
His offensive line's not that great. He don't have the longest time in the pocket. I mean, the running game isn't great. He's got Javonte Williams and Audric Estime. There might be something to it, bro. Like, there might be something to it.
There might be. Okay, well, let's take a look here. He had... I want to find his exact stats. I really want to see this. I feel like this is something we can look at. Let's compare. He was 28 for 33, 307, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, and a QB rating of... He had a QBR of a 75.6 and a QB rating of 145. That's pretty good. Okay, look, Mahomes played the Falcons. Mahomes only had...
That's the thing. He wasn't playing a scrub defense.
That's true. Mahomes
Justin
had
Simmons, Jesse
217, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, and an 87.2 QB rating. I mean, look, it is what it is. I think that just goes to show that we got to pick it up when you're playing these scrub teams like that.
We do, and I'm not saying that Bo Nix is going to be the greatest thing ever or anything like that, but you never know.
True.
Let's check out this story here. Jaguars coach Doug Peterson on job status after blowout loss to the Lions. He says, I can't control that. Mike, what do you think about Doug Peterson being on the hot seat? And also,
what does he mean can't control if he's fired or not? It's called win games and don't let a decent football team become a laughing stock.
I think at this point he can't. But here's the thing. Dougie P is a good coach. He won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. He was a good coach there. They should have never fired him and got Sirianni's dumbass. And then Peterson went to Jacksonville, and he made them a viable contender. They were in the playoffs. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't think you can fully blame it on Dougie P. And I will say this. That's going to bring a lot of speculation back because guess who used to be the Chiefs offensive coordinator? So if Dougie P gets fired over there, does Matt Nagy lose his spot to Doug Peterson?
I don't think that's the case. But
you think they go with a different coaching tree?
I honestly don't think I wouldn't put Peterson in the upper echelon of coaches. I feel like this is what you get with Peterson. I feel like he can turn a team around. I feel like he can get you there, but I feel like a lot of times his teams just kind of fall short.
Kind of like how John Dorsey is as a GM. Like, he'll go out and he'll make you really good for
he'll
a
put
year.
You in cap hell for years.
Yeah, but you got to watch out. It's not going to end well.
Look, I don't mind Doug Peterson. Could he end up back on the Chiefs coaching staff? Probably. I mean, it's a good possibility. Do we need him? I don't know. We'll see. Steve, and it comes back here to the Bills. Chiefs, on the heels of a 30-21 victory, Josh Allen and the Bills have now won 4 consecutive regular season games. Hang a banner. Hang a banner, ladies. But no matter how complete Sunday's performance was, Buffalo's focus remains on the playoffs, Steve. So they think they're at a point now where they're just like, we're so good, man. We're going to see you in the playoffs. I heard Mahomes say that last night. We're going to see you again. You think we play the Bills again in the playoffs? Do you think that's a good assumption to make?
If the Chiefs maintain and get the 1 seed and Buffalo gets the 2 seed, no. I don't think we see Buffalo again in the playoffs.
You think they get bounced before they get to the AFC Championship game?
I do, because that team just can't perform in the playoffs. They can't play well in January. Josh
Allen need a little blue chew.
Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. Like the Ravens, even the Steelers could knock them off. Like there's so many teams. The Texans. I don't think that Buffalo has what it takes to win big games in January. They just do not. They don't.
I think they may have turned the corner a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
I think they've taken some of the cancer out of the locker room. Because look, everybody said when Stephon Diggs wanted out, well, there goes his window.
I don't think it has
And
anything to do
honestly,
with that.
I
I think it
don't
has
think
to
that
do
was
with
the
Josh
case.
Allen. I think Josh Allen's your regular season greatest player of all time sometimes. But for the most part, he's a guy that makes terrible decisions, throws sloppy balls, and I don't think he has that clutch gene
I think
in
if
him.
they come up against a good defense, man, I'm choked up today. Just choked up over that victory.
You okay?
Look, if he goes up against a good defense, yeah, I'm fine.
You okay?
I hate it. Look, if he goes up, my body doesn't even want to say what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
If he goes up against a good defense, I think that they're toast. Now, look, the Chiefs were a good defense, but I think the Chiefs could have done a lot better yesterday. I think we should have sent the house at them more.
Yes.
I think we respected them
Didn't
too
put
much.
enough pressure on him. You got 0 sacks. That's
Yeah, I
pathetic.
think we respected them too much, in my opinion. You should have just went after him, hit the quarterback, hit everybody on the way, to getting in the backfield and disrupt him. Last one, Beyonce, halftime Ravens, Houston Texans, Christmas Day, blah, 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 Netflix. Steve, does anybody care about Beyonce anymore?
No, they don't. Is she going to do country music? She's got her hat on.
I mean, yeah, she's in Houston. Why not? She just released a country album.
That
Horrible.
That was like a year ago, and it was ass cheeks.
Dude, it was so bad. But, I mean, speaking of ass cheeks, that's probably why people are going to watch.
That could be. It could be it. But no, I don't think anybody cares about this. That makes you wonder, is there going to be someone special for the Chiefs-Steelers game?
Is Taylor going to do it? That
Taylor
would break
Smith.
the internet more. Well, could she swoop in and steal all the thunder from Beyonce?
She could.
Beyonce's she's batting a 0 this year already.
You got to watch out. You got to watch out. I think right there is when Kanye West would come in and be like, but Beyonce had the best album of whatever.
Had the
of all
best country
time.
album of
Ever. Ever. Like, you got to watch it. Kanye will pop out of the blue if they pull that. You can't let her steal her thunder again. Mike, just shout out Steve-O with a 2-bomb here. He says, morning up, salacious slapnut support. Suck it.
Steve-O's coming in with the
Steve-O.
tongue twisters on us. It's too early for all that, Steve-O. Just say, hey, bro. I can't read that.
Hey, we'll take it. I appreciate the 2-bomb.
You know what,
man.
Steve-O?
Good to see you.
Your prize you won, that sweet painting is boxed up, and I'm going to take it to the post office as soon as we're done here today. Like,
Dropping
you're getting
it
that bad
off.
boy soon.
Casey Lion Squad with a 2-bomb says the Bills' next 3 games will tell a lot. Yes, they do have a harder road than the Chiefs for the rest of the season. So I think the Chiefs are still in the driver's seat for the 1 seed, but they did make it difficult for themselves by dropping yesterday's game.
The Bills do have a pretty much cupcake final 3 games, though. I'll give them that. I think they play the Patriots twice and maybe the Jets. Is that who it is in the final 3? I mean, come on.
That's not even fair.
You might as well just give them the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Then again, you know how Buffalo is. They'll screw around and lose to the Patriots or something. You watch. Dude, how bad.
I hope they do.
Hey, man, we're getting ready to jump into some Times Yours. But before we do, check out this ad by Manta. They're sponsoring this episode. We'll be right back. Today's show is sponsored by Manta Sleep Mask. You got to check this out. This sleep mask is going to change your life. We all know how important sleep is for recovery. And if you want to be at your best physically and mentally, you got to get some sleep. And not just any sleep. You got to get some high quality sleep. We weren't big believers in sleep masks. I thought they were going to be too big, too hot, too bulky. But Manta Sleep Mask changed that perception for me. These sleep masks are so comfortable. You can change the cup around your eye and find a custom fit. That way the mask finds your comfortability. With these pillows around your eyes, you feel zero pressure. And with a 100% blackout technology, you can go to sleep anytime, day or night, no matter how erratic your sleep schedule is. These masks are designed for side sleepers as well, and that is very important. There are so many options that Manta Sleep offers too. One of our favorites is the Manta Sleep Mask Sound. It comes equipped with a razor-thin Bluetooth headphone, again, optimized for side sleepers. The headphones are super easy to adjust, and it just becomes a heavenly submersive experience that blocks out the world and allows you to get some high-quality sleep. You can go with the Sound Mask, the Pro Mask, the Silk Mask, or just the Sleep Mask. You should go check out their website by clicking the link we have provided for you in the description below and read up on which option sounds best for you. But regardless of which mask you choose, use our code ACU10 at checkout and receive a 10% discount that we have secured through Manta Sleep for you, Chiefs Kingdom. We understand how tiring it is defending the back-to-back world champions. We also know there are countless non-football knowers out there talking trash to the Chiefs 24/7, and with these, you can block them out and get rested up for the coveted three-peat. Again, go to the description, find the link, find the mask you want to try out, use code ACU10, and get yourself some of the best sleep you've ever had in preparation of this long football season. Where am I? This is true blackout technology, people.
Hell yeah,
Sleep,
baby.
Steve. Hey, look. There
Look
it
at that
is.
beautiful thing.
You know what we should do? We should do a Manta Sleep Mask player of the game. Who was asleep yesterday, Steve? Who was asleep at the wheel yesterday? Who was rocking the Manta Sleep? I'm going to
give it to the entire defense on that 4th and 2.
on the last drive versus Allen.
They all
Congrats.
had on a Manta Sleep mask.
You had on your Manta Sleep Mask. You forgot Josh Allen was playing football. You let him walk into the end zone.
Don't love it.
Congratulations to the defense for
Don't
winning
love
the
it.
Manta Sleep Mask nap play of the day.
Yeah,
I love
for
it.
sure. Real quick, Mike, before we jump into time yours, just want to say appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for sitting through the ads and stuff like that. It helps the channel grow. That's we get some support from that. You guys that have been donating and stuff, we appreciate you guys as well. You can also just support the channel by just hitting the like button, watching videos, watching shorts, all that good stuff. So we thank you for that. But yeah, man, we talked, the title of the video, Chiefs owner enraged after loss to Bills. If you're late getting in, we talked a little bit about Clark Hunt being pissed off at the end of the game. And that was, by Darren Smith, NFL, insider. He says that he saw Chiefs CEO and owner Clark Hunt pissed. And that's an understatement. And that's kind of what we're talking about. No one knows why or exactly what it was. We speculated on it. We had some fun with it. But if you would like to know more about that, you can go back and watch the beginning of the live stream.
Yep.
But yeah, let's move it forward, Mike. Let's go.
It's time for some time's yours.
That time's yours.
Time's yours.
Time's yours, Chiefs Kingdom.
Let's get
Time's
it.
not ours. Time's yours. Here we go. Michael Day says, I love how you say, I'm not going to critique Mahomes. Right after you critique Mahomes, LOL. Do you think before you speak? Michael, I think it was a little tongue-in-cheek, wasn't it? When we said, look, we're not going to critique Mahomes. You guys get mad about it. He's uncritiquable. But I'll say, look, here's what I'll say. I don't really care. If Mahomes sucks, I'm going to critique him, okay? Subscribers be damned. If you want to unsubscribe because I say a $500 million quarterback should put the ball on a rookie wide receiver, then go for it. But that's as much as I'm going to do. I'm not going to say he's trash. I'm not going to say he's washed, Sid.
I made you do it.
You did. I wasn't expecting it, but I'll just rage if I have to, I guess. When you hear that music,
I wanted
it's
I wanted
instant
to bring
rage.
out the rage in you. I did.
I'll get you back for that. Here we go. Moving on. Brian Gilbert says, you're another guy thinking you can predict the future. What are you talking about, Brian? Did you predict this one before the game? Without two of their best pass catchers, the Bills did just fine. Actually, I did. I almost called it down to the final freaking play, Brian. And I'm not even gonna play. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. I actually did call it, Brian. I said the score was going to be 24-23, and if the Chiefs wouldn't have went into a stupid zone and would have stopped Josh Allen, we would have hit the field goal and won 24-23. So I actually called it down to the final play, Brian. Suck it. Steve, you're getting me fired up today. Moving on.
I'm going to hit it again. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do it. Atlas says you guys still refuse to blame Matt Nagy. Steve, you refuse. When the average person can Google KC offensive rankings over the past years and see that we scored more points, we had more yards in a season under Eric Bieniemy. So this KC did the same thing under EB is false, and that's a fact. Steve, talk about it.
Oh my God! Do you know how many variables come into that?
So many variables.
Like EB had a guy named Tyreek Hill on the team
for a lot of the time.
There was a whole different team, literally, a whole entire different team. I don't even know how you can compare the two. And when you got Big Red out there, literally telling you to your face that he calls the plays, I would put too much weight into who the offensive coordinator even is, to be quite honest about it.
Yeah, I'm with you,
That's
Steve.
where I'm at.
And the last time we had Nagy here, like I said, it was with Alex Smith, and Alex Smith was throwing the ball down the field and completing passes. Our offense looked pretty good.
Great.
I just think it's too easy to just pick on one or two guys. So, look, I'm not going to come out and just blame one person. I'm not going to do it. If that pisses you off, I'm sorry, but I'm just not going to go out and blame one guy.
Right.
I just don't think it's productive.
I think there's bigger fish to fry.
Exactly. Chase Cobble here. Cobblestone says, relax. Steve, relax. It's just November. We've only got 5 or 6 games of football left. Relax. The season's almost over with. No reason to use our best stuff in a relatively meaningless game. What are you talking about? How's that a relative meaningless game? That was to seal the 1 seed pretty much.
Potentially the biggest game on the
What are you talking about, Cobble? Okay.
Do it.
Andy does this frequently with regular season, especially against opponents he thinks we'll see in the playoffs. So when Andy thinks that you're going to see somebody in the playoffs, he just comes out and says, "Look, I ain't even going to call no plays today. We're going to run halfback dive, and we're just going to let Mahomes just do what he wants."
You know what I think's great? I think it's funny that Andy Reid's such a cocky asshole that he thinks that he can go out in the regular season against NFL teams
and just
run,
make
like,
up
hey,
stuff on
look,
top
I have
of his
this
head.
fake playbook right here. I'm going to use this fake playbook with not real plays in it.
And we're going
all
to beat
year
everybody
long.
and just guarantee ourselves a playoff.
Yeah, it's like he's so cocky. They're automatically in the playoffs. So we're going to fool the entire league by running a fake playbook.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
We're
it.
swinging a bat with a weighted donut on it. It's strategic. Steve, I get so tired of hearing that Andy Reid
I don't
holds
like
back
it.
all the time. It's so stupid. Like, you've got to be the cockiest fans in the world to think that Andy Reid can go up against the best of the best and just go out and just half-ass everything all season, all game, and pull out 1 seeds and AFC championships and Super Bowls over and over. It's beyond me. Yes, do these guys have different plays? You've got a bunch of different concepts, and they all come off a lot of different plays. So
and
yeah,
there'd be
you're
new
not going
stuff
to
for the playoffs.
Yeah, some of the window dressing's different and things, but the majority of the plays are the same. I do not like that whole thing about Andy holds back. That is so weird to me.
I don't like it at all. I think it's dumb.
I do.
Yeah.
Apparently, Andy said this before, Steve. I'd love to see somebody come forth with that footage where Andy says, "Yeah, I don't really call any plays. I just kind of go out there and half-ass it to the playoffs, and then I'll open up the playbook for once." Not happening.
Yeah.
Exploit the vibe. It really mattered for the Chiefs' undefeated season. You guys, sorry, not sorry, Steve. It didn't matter. Does any Chiefs fan give an actual F about that undefeated season?
Man,
thing?
I think it's safe to say this for like all. I'm going to speak for all of you.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
So get ready. It would have been cool as hell, but it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. It matters about as much as how many ice cubes is in Mike's cup clanking around right now. Either way, it's clanking. You know what I'm saying?
Big clank.
But like, that's the thing, dude. Like, it would have been cool. It would have been great. I mean, obviously, a perfect season, and it ends with a three-peat. That's one of the most epic things ever, the most epic thing ever in all NFL history.
But imagine, would you have been pleased if it would have worked out the way Tom Brady's undefeated season would have went that time?
Yeah, but that's not
Where he loses in the Super Bowl.
Either way, it didn't
Nobody
matter.
wanted that. I'd rather have the win
We're going to win the Super Bowl.
in the Super
okay?
Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think about it too. Here we go. Moving on. Crack-a-lackin'. Love the name Kraken. He says, I love the way this dude talks shit. You get 1 week, mofos. He's referring back to our little game recap last night. Where, look, number one, we didn't win by, our usual 1 point, 3 points. Okay, so I couldn't say that the Chiefs went out and flatly just dominated a team because we took an L, right? So here's what I said. I said I'm going to piss off Bills fans, and I'm just going to say the Chiefs didn't even try. We gave them the win, and it was just going to be. It's funny. Why do people not have fun on the internet anymore? When did the internet turn into the most serious place in the world?
I know, dude. It's weird.
Can a guy just have fun?
Man, I want to go back to the days of E-Bombs world and all that. That's when the internet was fun.
Dude, nobody has chill on the internet. Like, everything that they hear, they take it as, like, 100%, like, factual. Like, they got to be mad about it. Big mad, too. Big mad. Guys, it's all tongue-in-cheek. It's fun. We're having a little fun. Chill out. Nino says Matt Nagy is the reason the offense is struggling. We're back to that, Steve. We've talked about this already. But how much of a percentage in the pie of the Chiefs stink on offense for the second straight year, how much of that chunk do you give to Nagy? Realistically, how much?
I think you have to give an equal slice to a few people. I mean, and I will just go ahead and bring this up because it fits right in with it. Daniel Coe with the 5 bomb here says if Nagy is the issue, Andy is the issue. The responsibility lies on him. If the left tackle can block and 15 hit open wide receivers, then Nagy talk disappears. That's 100% true. I think the people that are dogging Matt Nagy and saying we got to get rid of Matt Nagy, you're basically saying Andy Reid is a dumbass and is not making the right decision.
It goes for Connor Embry too.
Right.
They want to get rid of Connor Embry.
They wanted to get rid of Spags halfway through last year.
It sounds to me that we're all about trusting Veach and trusting the process until it's time to trust the process.
Yeah.
And then everybody's smarter.
Appreciate the 5, Daniel, but
I appreciate you, Daniel.
Timed.
I thought that was a great comment, by the way, Daniel. You may would comment of the afternoon for that one because you're right. If Mahomes just plays a little bit better, then all this goes away, right? All the Nagy talk goes away. But is Nagy the reason Mahomes is bad? I don't think that's a thing. I don't think Nagy goes out and he's like, Mahomes, check it down and stop throwing the ball in bounds. Put that sucker out of bounds. What are you doing?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, last one. This one's fun. This guy took a personal shot at me, Steve. A personal shot at your boy, Mike.
No, he didn't.
He said, Pat McAfee says, you guys have a good channel here.
Pat McAfee.
Thanks for the gas, Mac. He said, but it's never going to grow like it should. As long as Mike keeps bickering with fans. People are emotional about football, and sometimes you need to just sympathize with them and move on regardless of how asinine their takes are. Okay, for one, McAfee just come on here and backhandedly said that everybody that was complaining was an asinine person. And then I wasn't arguing and bickering with nobody. I actually did the opposite, Steve. I said I wasn't going to talk bad about Mahomes because I didn't want to infuriate people. So I can't win. I've figured out that you can't win. You just smile and you say, thanks for being here, everybody.
Like, here's the thing, man. It's funny because
we talk Chiefs, man.
Like
I don't know what to do.
He was trying to tell you how to grow the channel, okay? And I think what he meant was we should not talk about football anymore, and that we should be a therapy group. Like we talk about our feelings and stuff.
I guess,
and we have to understand their feelings and sympathize with them and just make everybody feel better. This is a safe place. We just won't talk about football.
Dude, if you go back and watch the video, I purposely tried not to bicker. And I said I wasn't going to. And then I said, I even give you this. If you wanted therapy, I said, everybody, don't be sad. Be happy, man. We're still 9-1. It wasn't that big of a deal. Like, should I have just got on here and raged? You would have said I was negative and I'm raging. It's just one game in November. So, see, you can't win. As a content creator, you got to straddle a line and you cannot say nothing because 50% is going to agree, 50% is going to disagree on everything.
That is untrue because you absolutely can, and you could tell everybody to suck it because it doesn't matter.
That's true.
That's what we do. So
or you can just play Switzerland all the time and take over YouTube.
Hey, did you get a paycheck this week? I'll say whatever you want me to say.
Congratulations. Hey, that's been Time's Yours, everybody. Thanks for being here. Time's Yours.
Yeah.
Steve, we have an entire segment arguing and bickering with people, and this guy thinks that I cared.
Dude, hey, you know what?
That's what makes it fun.
What was his name? Pat McAfee?
McAfee.
It wasn't McAfee, was it? Was it really?
I don't remember.
McPhee. He's Pat McPhee's fake.
We found him at McAfee Burner. That's what happened.
Pat McPhee. Here's what I got to say about your comment.
Delete that shit.
Come on, McPhee.
McPhee's probably a nice guy. He's probably trying to give us real info. He's really trying to help the channel grow. I'm going to tell you this. Nothing helps the channel grow like just YouTube shoving it down your throat. And they're not going to do that for us. So we're just kind of going to be the mid guy. I think we're going pretty well, Steve. We've been here for 2 years, my boy. And I mean, come on. The freight train's kicking. I hear it in the background. You hear
Help
it?
us out. Help us out. Look at
You
that.
hear it in the background? That wasn't it. That wasn't it. Somebody hit me with a horn. There it is.
Ian, was that you? Did you hit the horn?
There it is. There it is. It's a freight train trucking through, ladies and gents. Steve,
Well, what about
what do you got for him?
What do we got going forward? What we got going
here's
forward?
what we got going forward. We've covered a lot today. We've read people's comments. We've went around the league. We talked about Clark Hunt dropping his hot dog and being a little pissed off. Okay. We ain't got too much left. We're at the 1 hour mark. We're about ready to wrap it up. So if you guys got any final questions, let us know. Okay. Let us know. Get those questions in. But before we answer those final questions and get out of here for the day, I want to let you know I appreciate you for being here. Appreciate you for spending your morning with us. And guess what? We go live probably 3-4 mornings a week. At least we try. We're trying to do that now. We've had about 500-600 people in here the entire time. Appreciate you spending your morning with us, getting you through to lunch break. That's what we want to do. Get you through the workday that sucks. Okay? Yeah. So hit the like button for us. Help that get out. Share it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And before we take the last few questions, 'tis the season for giving, Steve.
Christmas is right around the corner, and we've brought back the popular Merry Chiefsmas sweater and hoodie in the store. Just go to merch.allchiefedup.com and you can use the code ACUSANTA. That's ACUSANTA, and you can get 20% off of everything in the store until the end of the year. So get your hands on those and give some gifts to your family and friends. Go do it.
Gifts to your family.
I
Steve,
gotta
are you
get
excited? Have you bought any Christmas gifts yet?
No, but I've thought about it. And here's the thing. I need to buy me one of those Merry Chiefsmas sweatshirts first.
Yeah.
Before I buy anybody anything, I don't care if you're a kid, you're my brother, like you're my father. I need to get myself one of those Merry Chiefsmas shirts first.
I guess you do.
I do. Because you know why? It's going to take a minute to ship and get here, and I need it for Christmas.
Yeah. What I've realized is that the shipping industry has raised prices immensely, and they've gotten so slow at shipping
rough,
things.
Bro.
It would be great if we'd go back to 1990 and all the technology we had there, where you got crap shipped to you in under a week.
Well, let's get to excuse me. Let's get to some questions here. Diego,
Did you break? Did I break?
Steelers? The answer is yes. Will we? That's another story. So I think the Chiefs are the best team in football right now. I think they have been. It's just a matter of them actually showing up, having some intensity, executing. I think they can beat anybody. Anyone they line up across from, they are better than they can beat them. It's just, will they do it? That's the real question.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I mean, we got to play them back-to-back in less than 4 days. So as soon as one game's over, you may as well just camp out and just go for it.
They should
practice
put them all
on
together.
The plane ride over.
Maybe they should try the world's first 3-way football game, where all 3 teams play, and just see how that goes. There's got to be a way, right? Rick Martinez says, "Are we reverse horned?" I believe so.
I feel fine about this week. I don't care that we lost.
You're still not horned about it, though.
I'm not horned about it, but, I've said this time and time again. I believe it. I'm fine that we got that monkey off our back about winning, going undefeated. I just don't think that was going to be a possibility.
Unhorned. Cheever says. Flip with the questions is, how long do y'all think it will take Worthy to stop playing college rules and start playing like a paid NFL player? I think he's playing pretty well.
I think that's unfair to say about him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's honestly not getting his feet in because he thinks that you only have to have one foot down. I think he gets the rules.
Can you say it's poor field awareness? Absolutely. But
yeah, he might have poor awareness, but that's just being, not a good wide receiver. But it's not that he don't know the rules.
It's also like muscle memory and what's ingrained in you. And
Steve,
to
are
be
you
fair,
frozen or am I frozen? Which one?
it could be me. I don't know.
Because one of us are not moving.
It doesn't matter.
I'm just confused because we have to do all this online, and when one of us is bad, I'm like, which one is it? Is it me? Should I chill? I can't tell. I think it might be you. Oh no, Steve's frozen. He's passed out.
I was doing that myself. Did it work?
Let's take, yeah, it actually did.
Let's go.
Stephen James with a 2-bomb. He says, I am a man-to-man horn trillion. Steve-O, he's a man-to-man. Hopefully
go,
Steve-O's
baby.
not asleep at the wheel right now. Steve-O skateboards, I think. I hope he's not asleep skateboarding. That's a
He might
liability.
be. Casey Lion Squad with a 2-bomb says Pacheco and Omenihu return. Will it make a huge difference, Mike? What do you think?
Pacheco, I don't think makes a huge difference. A lot of people thought that we're going to get like with Pacheco coming back, it's going to be this great thing. And I'm like, well, that would require Andy to now have to run the ball 30 times because now we need both of these guys to have 15 carries. I think they're both volume carry guys. The more carries you give Pacheco, the better he does. The more you give him, the more you give Kareem Hunt, the better he does. So now I feel like, yeah, it rests Kareem Hunt. But I don't know if the whole position as a whole gets that much better. I really think Kareem Hunt's actually done a hell of a job. Omenihu, on the other hand, is going to be nice for the pass rush because we need a pass rush. That was evident yesterday. Our front four flat out just can't get after the passer. And I've been saying that all the way back to the draft, Steve, that we needed to get somebody. Then we go and trade for Josh Uche, and I like it, but he's not learned anything, and I'm pretty sure he didn't even play 10 snaps yesterday.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of them yet, have we?
No. I don't know how many snaps he actually did play yesterday, but I don't think it was a lot.
Yeah, we'll see. I think any of it can be kind of a spark for the team. Just get some players back, some key players, positions that of need. I mean, edge rusher, we need more pressure. We saw that yesterday. Didn't get one freaking sack, so it'll be nice to have Charles Omenihu back in there. And yeah, I think I am having some internet difficulties. By the way,
You are. You've had it for about
me.
4 minutes now.
My actual internet went out, and it went to a backup internet. So
Joshua Uche, by the way, had 5 snaps, 5 defensive snaps yesterday.
that's it.
That's what we got out of him in the
Why?
third game.
What? Why?
I don't know. This is now like I said, Martin Tuipulotu, we pulled him off. He's not played much in the middle. We went out and traded for Cam Thomas. He's not got anything. I'm talking to just a straight water painting. It looks like old Greg painted you on my screen, and I hate
I'm
it.
old Greg. Well,
Get
you know
your
what?
internet together.
It's broken. Anyway, well, we're getting ready to leave anyway, so
Yeah.
we'll leave. That way people don't have to look at me being a water painting.
Yeah, you're not even moving at this point. You're a complete water painting. Vincent van Gogh himself has painted you.
You know why? Because my backup internet's Spectrum, and they suck.
Spectrum blows. Everything blows with internet. I don't know what the deal is. It's the year 2024, and we can't make an internet company that's actually good. It's incredible. Oh, well, we're going to wrap it up then. Thanks for being here today. Thanks for hitting that like button on your way out. I'm just going to preemptively say that. If you haven't subbed yet, hit that subscriber, hit that sub button, hit that bell. We're trying to get to 50,000 subs. It's going to be a work. It's going to be work, Steve. But I think that this loss may refocus Chiefs fans and get them back on the path to coming back and watching some content, not just taking wins for granted.
And get the Chiefs back on path at whooping ass instead of just not whooping ass.
That's what you're saying. I just see a painting here talking to me, and it's
All
creeping
right.
me out.
Well, I love you. I'm in love with you. We'll see you next time. Go Chiefs.
I hate that.
There goes a sight from my soul.